Welcome to Horse Talk Live. Enjoy the next hour learning more about the people, places, and products of the horse industry. And now, Horse Talk Live on Rural TV.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming to join us for Horse Talk Live on Rural TV. I'm your host, Lizzie Iwersen. Today we're learning about the family equine POA, and we have two folks here with us today, one from Texas and one from Michigan. They've both, is it Michigan or Minnesota?
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, I'm all over the place. Okay, well we have Pat Burton and Christina Blomquist, and they're both here to talk about their love for the POA, all the different things that they can do with these POAs, and what great family equines they make. So the two of you, thanks for coming to be part of our show today.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Lizzie.
And we've gotten to spend some time this afternoon getting to know each other, and Christina learning about your horse Sierra and all the events that you compete on her with, and Pat, the years that you've been involved with POA are more than just a few, and you have some children that have grown up through the POA ranks as well.
That's right, Lizzie. I've been in the POAs all my life. My family growing up was involved with POAs. My older brothers were riders, and I came along, and it was a natural progression that I fall into line, and I've just stayed with it through the years. My kids all performed on POAs and showed POAs. Thought it was one of the best things that they've ever done.
All right. Well, let's show people a video to get them used to or see what it is that we're going to be talking about, this horse that we're going to be talking about today. We'll run that video.
Majestic, loyal, powerful. Horses were with us when this great country was founded. Horses have always had a coveted position throughout history. This special bond has helped us explore new parts of the world, save countless lives, and build amazing things. In 1954, the Pony of the Americas breed was originated to provide the perfect blend of temperament and athleticism for young riders to learn to ride, train, and show. In addition to being gentle and easy to train, the Pony of the Americas has a unique look all its own. The characteristics of the POA include white sclera, striped hooves, mottled skin, visible color, and they are between 46 and 56 inches tall. As you can see, Pony of the Americas are a unique and special animal that will provide a lifetime of memories and craft an unforgettable experience. We look forward to seeing your family at our next event.
All right. Well, that gives our viewers a taste of the POA. And like we mentioned, they're a great family equine. Both of you are representing your families here today. Christina, tell us how you got started showing POA.
Well, my mother, when we were younger, very young, she was interested in horses. She had her own quarter horses. And when she started looking for a pony for us when we were like 5 years old, she was interested in the POAs. Someone told her about a local show that we had around our area. So she went and visited and was interested in a single pony that she saw there. Uh-huh. And I expressed interest in having a white pony and then getting all pink brushes and tack and everything, because I was
Sounds
a 5-year-old
right.
girl. Yeah. And we got the white pony and all the pink brushes and everything. And but unfortunately, my brothers also had to use the pink stuff because we all shared that pony for the first year or so. And then we eventually all got our own ponies, and we started showing at the local open shows. Mm-hmm. And then as we kept riding, we became more interested in all the POA shows.
And you haven't looked back since. This is the horse for you, POA.
Yeah.
So tell us now, you've moved up, changed age groups and everything. And so what do you compete in now?
Everything. I compete in costume class, halter, showmanship, equitation, horsemanship, hunter in hand, the English and Western pleasure, jumping, speed events, and reining and Western riding.
Okay, and that's a lot of events,
Yeah.
and typically competitors would probably have more than just one horse for all of those, and you get to do it on Sierra, just one good horse,
Yeah.
right? Pat, can you give us a little history about the POA?
Well, the POA was started in 1954, and it was originally a cross between a quarter horse, or a small Appaloosa, mm-hmm. and a Shetland pony.
Okay.
But since that, it's evolved into a breed that's much more like a small quarter horse or stock type horse. We've got a lot of breeding from those stock type horses in our bloodlines, because the pony we have now is not that little pony with the fat neck that you think about stealing
Right.
carrots. It's a pony that looks very much like a small horse, and they move like a small horse. We're evolved into a using individual and athletic horse, and in order for an animal to do all of those events all day long, they have to be extremely versatile.
You bet they do. So how now, since you started out in POAs and you were a child then, have they evolved into a different breed now?
Well, the look of the breed is a lot different. There's still a lot of the same feel of the breed, and that's the people and the characteristics are there. The POA is between 11.5 and 14 hands. That's 46 to 56 inches tall. But some of those ponies will weigh nearly 1,100 pounds, and they can carry an adult rider.
Okay.
We have, all the way from our 6 and under riders in lead line, all the way to competitors in our JPFC program, 19 and over program, trainer riders, and we have competitors as old as 70 in some of our events that will do some driving events.
Okay. And in order to register a POA, are there certain characteristics they have to meet?
Yes, there are. In order to show a POA, they have to have characteristics and color that can be visible at 40 feet.
Okay.
And they're inspected, and then they're also measured up until they're 6 years old. And then at 6, they can get a permanent height card, and they won't have to be inspected after that time.
Okay, and who does the inspecting?
We have national inspectors and state inspectors. So there's quite a number of inspectors across the United States, and at every show there's inspectors or inspectors group that'll check the ponies there and qualify them.
Okay, and typically would you say that their markings are that of an Appaloosa?
Very similar to an Appaloosa. There's about 9 coat patterns that we recognize, and the sclera around the eye, the mottled skin is one of the characteristics, and the bold striping on the hoofs, as well as the coat pattern.
Okay, do you have all 9 of those coat patterns memorized?
I don't have all 9 of those coat patterns memorized, but the thing about it is there are even ponies that will exhibit multiple coat patterns.
Okay.
So they're very, very colorful, and I think that's one of the neat things about the POA. No two are alike.
Right. And they have to be visible. I think that's interesting at 40 feet, so it can't, it has to be some definitive
They're very
marking.
distinct and very easy to recognize.
Okay. And these days, when we hear that term pony, you're exactly right. When we think of the short, stubborn, typical pony, but these are little small horses that are just as athletic and versatile as a quarter horse per se.
The way that they're designed, they're a lot more athletic in their muscle design. They're longer and cleaner in their neck, and they're more horse-like. They're just in a smaller package.
Well, what has made the POA so popular over the years? What has kept you and your family involved?
I thought it was the best place for my kids to start out in horses because they're size to the youth. And the smaller ponies, the 50-inch ponies, are perfect for a beginner rider to start out on.
Sure.
And they're one that they can manage, but also it teaches a kid responsibility to care for and to prepare their own animal. And these kids, even as young as 6 and 7, are very competitive riders, and they will compete all day long, just like Christina said, in every event. And they prepare and work with their own horses.
You bet. Well, tell us, so what are the different age groups? Kids can get started that young?
The 6 and under, and then we have actually an 8 and under age group, and that will be transitioning that rider from the lead line rider to the walk trot, and then on to the 3-gated walk trot canter classes. And then we have the 9 through 12 and the 13 to 18.
Okay.
And then recently we've added our 19 and over group, and we also have what we call a JPFC, or Junior Pony Futurity Classic, which is basically for riders that are 19 and over, and that's competing on young horses 2, 3, or 4 years old.
Okay. And Christina, what is it about your horse or the horses that you've had in the past, the POAs, that you've really thought are distinct or different from other horses?
Definitely their disposition. They're bred to have good temperament. They're patient, and they're very athletic and versatile, which I like a lot, just being at the show all day, doing all those classes. My pony in particular, I think she can do all the classes because she's so smart. A lot of the ponies are very smart, and it takes a lot of intelligence to do all those classes and know what to do in each one.
Okay. Tell us about her. We see her on the screen right here.
I love her. She's my favorite pony. We definitely had some rough years at the beginning because she was 4 and I was 10.
Okay.
So we've definitely grown together.
Sure.
We both didn't know how to do any of our classes at the beginning when we both met each other, but now we know how to do everything and we learned it together, and I think that's just great. That's
And
why I
how
love
old
the
is she
POAs.
now?
She is 12.
Okay, and you named off some of those great classes that you're a participant in, and we get to see some video later on. And you showed me your nice belt buckle that you recently won for being such an all-around contestant. But that's the beauty of it, is the fact that these are all-around horses, but they have all-around riders as well. So not only are they great horses, but you're creating great riders.
Very true. And it also gives the kids a responsibility. Caring for the horse and being responsible for them on a day-to-day basis is also a very important part of the program.
Right, and I'm sure you can testify that your children have benefited greatly from this.
Absolutely. And the friendships that they make from the shows, the camaraderie and the sportsmanship, it just carries through right on to their entire life.
Are you friends, Christina, with a lot of the kids that you show against?
Yeah, I make a lot of friends there. It's awesome.
And it's all very competitive, but still very friendly as well. Somehow you maintain a good relationship.
A lot of my best friends are definitely my greatest competitors, which I think is great. It's a good lesson in life to be kind to your competitors.
You bet. Good for you for already knowing that. You're way ahead of a lot of people, that's for sure. I'm sure your parents are very proud of you. Now, can folks get involved in any state in the United States, or is it state-specific for POA?
There are some states that have a larger population of POAs. The Midwest has a large population of POAs. They originated in Iowa, and there's shows throughout the United States.
Okay.
In each region, there are major shows, and then our premier show is our Congress show. It's going to be in Lake St. Louis this year, and it's a premier event where there'll be competitors from all over the United States and perhaps Canada as well.
Okay.
That event will have approximately 500 ponies, and the competitors will probably exhibit in nearly 2,000 classes.
Oh my God.
So.
All right, well, there's no shortage of competition going on when it comes to POA. Well, we're going to take a short break, but fear not, we will be back with more. We got some great video of Christina competing, and also more video of kids all across the country competing on their POAs, and you can see what a great horse it would make for you and your family. We'll learn some of the stories about the horses being passed down generation to generation. So stick around. We'll be back with more on Horse Talk Live. Hey everybody, thanks for coming back to Horse Talk Live. I'm Lizzie Iwersen, and today we're talking with folks representing POA, the Pony of America's Club. We have Pat Burton and Christina Blomquist here with us today. And Christina, you've been a competitor for years now. How many horses have you had and competed on?
I would say probably I've ridden 6 or 7 horses.
Okay, and now you have Sierra.
I have Sierra, and I have another pony gelding named Fritz.
Okay, and so you and Sierra have been had a partnership for a few years now, and you said that at first it wasn't totally smooth. So what have you learned from working with her for a few years?
Definitely determination and patience, a lot of patience. She was kind of a crazy mare at the beginning, and I was kind of a crazy child, so we definitely had to work together, lots of practice at home, and a lot of time management at home because I had to practice every single day for her and for myself to get better
And it's definitely paid off. What are some of the titles that you are most proud of?
I'm definitely most proud of my Leonard Lewis Futurity Champion title because the horse that I won it on, Fritz, we had some tough times also at the beginning of the summer last year, and at the regional, I was in tears after a pleasure class, so it was really awesome with my brother there who used to ride the horse, Fritz, before me, so it was really great.
Good. Well, we have some video recently of you competing on Sierra, and I think this is great. It's going to give our viewers an idea. You are a competitor. You're out there competing against kids your own age and putting in a lot of time and effort, which you're an example for everybody. Great representative of POA. So we'll watch this video of Christina and Sierra.
2011 Leonard Lewis Memorial Fraternity congratulate entry number 449. First place, winning $1,010. Kind of passing along the tradition here, a hug from Aaron, who has raised this pony.
Perfect. Well, Christina, are you an anomaly doing all of these events, or do you show against a lot of people that
No,
are?
there's a lot of people that stay there all day.
Okay.
We love to do all the classes together, and a lot of the times it's people's first time doing the class, because it's not fun all the time. Like the most fun part of it isn't being good at everything; it's just doing everything and having fun doing it.
Well, that is a busy day if you have all those classes going on, and thank goodness that it's such a family-oriented sport and that your family's there to help you. I'm sure you have some outfit changes and tack changes that have to occur during the day. Well, what is it about these horses that makes them able to compete in all these different events and keep their wits about them?
Well, I think one of the things is the disposition the horses have. They're really bred for disposition, and a lot of the breeders select their breeding stock based on just how gentle they are and how they respond, as well as their movement and their kindness and how trainable they are.
So are new bloodlines coming in? How do you keep it diversified in the gene pool here? And what's the regulations on the quarter horses or outside breeds coming in?
Well, the outcrosses are listed in the handbook. There's several breeds that can be outcrossed to the POA.
Okay.
And then we have the foundation breeders that breed POA to POA.
Okay.
But a POA is any horse that is a POA parent, and then when the application is made, they must qualify with the characteristics and the color, as we mentioned before, in order to be show eligible. They can be a breeding stock animal and not exhibit those characteristics, but still be used in a breeding program.
Okay. And it really is important, beyond looks and conformation, their temperament and their mind is something that people really pay a lot of attention to.
Absolutely.
And that's why Christina is able to take her horses and do flat classes and then the games, one right after the other, and your horse just comes right back to you. So tell us, in that video we saw Fritz, who's a younger horse, and you were competing in the fraternity. So POA obviously has fraternity classes. So either one of you explain when that got started and what classes those are.
That was the Leonard Lewis Memorial Fraternity at the International Show or National Congress in Lake St. Louis at the National Equestrian Center. And there's also a lot of other fraternities there, like 18 and under fraternities for 4 and 5-year-olds and 2 and 3-year-olds. Okay. And there's JPFC, which is an all-summer for 19 and over trainers, riders who are riding younger ponies.
Okay.
And also at the National Congress, there is the Daniels Fraternity, which is an English riding pleasure fraternity, and the McLaren, or the Maple Meadows. And then the McLaren is at the Reichert Celebration.
Okay, and so when did you bring the fraternity into the show program?
The National Fraternity Programs, it's been involved since the 70s.
Oh, okay.
But it's really gained a lot of popularity, and there are these various other fraternities that Christina mentioned about the 18 and under fraternity specifically, and then there's some that are for all ages.